Now, as a follow-up to that, an old Italian saying warns against putting faith in any presumed frontrunner ahead of the conclave. But could this finally be the turn of an African to lead the world's largest church?
Well, this is the question on the lips of many, as Ghanaian Cardinal Peter Kodwo Apia Turkson lists among 9 cardinals heading to the conclave to elect a new pope. Macharia Mbugua has their profiles.
Among potential successors is Ghanaian Cardinal Peter Kodwo Apia Turkson, a Vatican official aged 76. Cardinal Turkson's record in the church makes him a contender to become the first pope from sub-Saharan Africa. He was ordained in 1975, and Pope John Paul II appointed him Archbishop of Cape Coast in 1992, and 11 years later made him the first cardinal in the history of the West African state. Then there is Frenchman Jean-Marc Aveline, the Archbishop of Marseille, aged 66. Aveline is a serious intellectual with a doctorate in theology and a degree in philosophy. Under Francis, Aveline became bishop in 2013, archbishop in 2019, and a cardinal 3 years later. If he gets the top job, Aveline will become the first French pope since the 14th century. He would also be the youngest pope since John Paul II. 72-year-old Hungarian Cardinal Peter Edo was already considered a papal contender in the last conclave in 2013. He raised eyebrows in the Vatican during the 2015 migrant crisis when he went against Pope Francis' call for churches to take in refugees, saying these would amount to human trafficking. Edo became a cardinal in 2003 at just 51, making him the youngest member of the College of Cardinals until 2010. Cardinal Mario Grech is a Maltese contender, aged 68. From small beginnings, he has gone on to big things. Appointed by Pope Francis to be Secretary General of the Synod of Bishops. In 2014, Grech called for the church to be more accepting of LGBT members. He has stressed that he always seeks consensus over confrontation, but he has sometimes courted controversy. Cardinal Juan José Omella, the Archbishop of Barcelona, is a Spanish, aged 79. After being ordained in 1970, he served as a priest and also spent a year as a missionary in Zaire, now DRC. He became a bishop in 1996 and was promoted to Archbishop of Barcelona in 2015. In 2023, Francis invited Omella to join his 9-member kitchen cabinet of cardinals to advise him on questions of governance. Italian Cardinal Pietro Parolin, a Vatican diplomat aged 70, is also a contender. He is seen as a compromise candidate between progressives and conservatives. He served as Pope Francis' Secretary of State since 2013, the year Francis was elected. He has defended the Vatican's power over local church leaders, criticizing attempts in Germany to allow priests to symbolically bless same-sex couples. Cardinal Luis Antonio Gokim Tagle is a Filipino aged 67. Tagle is often called the Asian Francis because of his similar commitment to social justice, and if elected, he would be the first pontiff from Asia. He has had decades of pastoral experience since his ordination to the priesthood in 1982. Pope Benedict made him a cardinal in 2012. 72-year-old Cardinal Joseph Tobin is the Archbishop of Newark in the U.S. It's unlikely the world's cardinals would pick the first ever U.S. Pope, but if they were up for that, Tobin would seem the likeliest possibility. Tobin has said he is a recovering alcoholic and is also known for an attitude of openness towards LGBT people. The last candidate is Matteo Maria Zuppi, the Italian Archbishop of Bologna, aged 69. If elected, Zuppi would be the first Italian pope since 1978. Much like Pope Francis when he lived in Buenos Aires, Zuppi is known as a street priest who focuses on migrants and the poor and cares little about pomp and protocols. Macharia Mbugua, NTV.